So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. Well, we're on the way. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, a player with a classic number 10 look about him is Martin Odegaard, Peter. It'll be crucial that he can pick the ball up between the lines as he prefers to do. That'll allow...
Shot, surely! That's an imaginative pass. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Kane! Goal! Inter! And Inter go in front. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Inter Milan make the perfect start. They are already ahead. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. And that has been knocked clear. Now he's off and running. Well timed, excellent interception. Well, that has not gone well. Odegaard. Hakimi. And he was quick to react. And he is dashing away. And the shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Akanji, quality ball. And that has left him in a heap. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. He has found the... And a chance! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off. Munich really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And it's made its way to him. And he's got away from him. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Donnarumma. And he's being shifted off it. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And this is Messi. No, he's not getting his way this time. Looking for the run. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. That looks a cracking ball. Tries one from range. And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Not a lot we need to say about that.
Inter really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that that means they play the game the right way.
Yeah, but of course, it's decisive passes that's going to matter in the longer term. There's no good in holding on to the ball just for the sake of it.
Corner number 2 then. Header comes in! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Can he get on the end of this? And he's quick to get rid. Just eases him off the ball. The message is clear, none shall pass. Camavinga, and it's Serginho. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Messi. Now it's Mbappe. Threads one in, and this is Messi. In by Messi. Distributed tidily. Oh, some astute defending there. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. In with the challenge. Ambitious ball here. It's a promising position. Cross in, looks like a good one.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Chooses to go cross-field.
Inter have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Tries to pass it through.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
We are into overtime. And here's Messi. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Finds himself unceremoniously floored. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. And the counter is on. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 14. Viene sostituito con il numero 13.
And here is the first touch of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And claimed it back swiftly. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. And he's picked it up out wide. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. It's a pretty loose pass. Looking for options for movement. He shifted it to the flank. Van Dijk deals with that comfortably. Mbappe spread it left. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Mbappe. He's got away. Can he finish? A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, he looked pretty much unstoppable there. The only thing missing was the finish, of course.
Pressing high and with purpose. Milt chasing the game, trailing by 1. No, again there's no way through. Can he latch on to this? Foden finding himself in space.
Inter couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 81.007 spettatori.
Foot in. Ball's gone out of play. Oh, that's a great run he's made from deep. Nice bit of trickery. It's a good-looking delivery.
Munich really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again. And the finish! That's another chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Hakimi. And he's managed to get free. Oh, that's a key interception. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. He's a sharp little ball here. Chance! He's done very well to get to that.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Inter Milan have their second corner now. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Ødegaard knocks it into space. Shot a goal! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Messi deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Good ball. Decent chance! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And for a moment, time stood still.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
Here comes the corner. So, third corner of the game. Towering header! And that really should have been that.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous, and he's kept his team in it.
And it's Ødegaard. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Ødegaard gets a good foot in there. And the pass is intercepted. Looking to play him in. Good take, and it takes a shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Oh, and that should have been two.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there, and it's been blown.
Well, this could be it, bar something close to a minor miracle.
Well, whatever it is, Peter, it needs to be drastic and quick. Maybe the Late Show.
And he's intervened well there. And it's Serginho. Thinks one through. Well, nicely intercepted.
Inter nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
He might be in here! Messi stood his ground strongly. There's the shot! And that was struck with genuine force.
Well, that would have asked some awkward questions of the keeper had it stayed on target.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
And that is as far as it goes. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Munich really didn't do an awful lot right there. They didn't do much at all. I thought some strong words at half-time would spring them into action, but nothing happened.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself.
Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim,
Well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players.
Great chance! Goal! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Inter Milan are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Savinho.
He is through here. Lovely feet. So much time and...
Savinho! And again!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Bernardo Silva. Foden gives it back. And he's in on goal. And the shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out. Now here's the delivery. He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Manchester really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
So just the one early goal to report so far.
And the score is 1-0. Quarter of an hour played.
Great defending, strong and determined. Gehi. Swung over.
Bernardo Silva.
Ball played for Matheus Nunes. Oh, look at that.
Tries a shot!
De Vrij clears without hesitation. Luis Enrique. And it's Sucic. Now, can they get him away? Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Diouf. That's a good ball out wide. Luis Enrique has the space to scheme. Gvardiol. Now it's Semenyo. Mkhitaryan. Marmoush. Stefan de Vrij. Acerbi. And it's Carlos Augusto. Sucic. Savinho. Very nicely done. Now, can he find a finish? Well read, and the danger is averted. And he can clear it away. That's a good run he's making there. Now it's Savinho. Now there's a Marmoush! And a neat finish! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Terrific goal, what a super sharp finish.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, what a ball! And now they can clear their lines. And we have our very first corner. Foden goes short. Opts to play it back.
Bernardo Silva.
And it's made its way to him. And he's had a shot! Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. It's gone out for a throw-in. Just eases him off the ball. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Bops him off it and wins back the ball.
Martinez.
He's going wide left. Carlos Augusto. He's found a way through. It's a goal kick. Now it's Semenyo. Savinho. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. And for the first half, that is that. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Well, who could have predicted a scoreline like this after just 45 minutes? The sides separated by 2. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Diouf kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And it's Mkhitaryan. Spread it left. That's really well manoeuvred. Could move up a gear here. Martinez is onto this. He's got away. Cross needs to be good. Impressive jump. And for a moment, time stood still.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
Acerbi wins the duel this time. Mkhitaryan. Foden carries the ball down the right. Deflected behind for a corner kick. It's their second corner of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. Backward it goes. Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique can get it clear. Played down the flank.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Donnarumma gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Vardiol. That is good progress on the left. Showing good feet. Lofted in. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Marmoush looking understandably energised after his goal. And a chance! Good decision by the keeper, got that exactly right. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Diouf. He's shifting through the gears here. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. And can he finish? He's got away with one there.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
Kusanov. It's been shipped out wide, and he's being shifted off it. Now it's Nunez. Bernardo Silva. Foden. Good running, strong and purposeful. Oh, shooting chance! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Substitution in progress.
Corner number 3 coming up. And it's been taken short. Inter Milan have the chance to go the other way. That is lovely. Chance, surely! Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. He's being urged to shoot. Foden. This looks promising. There's the shot! Relentless! Just relentless! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. That was easy. Almost too easy.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Really fierce, close defending. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Oh, now he can run away with it. Nouri. Strong running down that left flank. Sucic did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's Nunez. Semenyo receives it in a good position here.
2 minutes has been indicated.
Can he finish? And that's a sharp finish. They will take that. They are absolutely ripping it up. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space.
And time is up. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result...
Well, this is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim, well,
it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
And Marmoush! Goal!
A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Number 7.
I doubt very much that this was in the script.
Diouf. Oh, good spread. He's got plenty of space out wide here.
He is through here.
Swings it across. Guardiola deals with that comfortably. Driving forward. Marmoush. Marmoush
unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. He's shifting through the gears here.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Oh, the ball's run loose here. And now they can spring out of defence. Gets a good foot in there. Now it's Semenyo. Tries to play it through. Oh, good take in a good area. Bernardo Silva! It's over the line, and that'll be a goal kick. Diouf. Luis Enrique chasing after it. Semenyo. Oh, that is a real chance! Chance again? No.
Manchester really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Inter Milan are very well equipped down the flanks. It is a tried and tested formula.
Well, Peter, that can cause real problems if they're allowed to run riot in those positions, whether through direct running or from deliveries towards the box. It can work.
Acerbi. Front-footed pressing going on here. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Lovely feet. Semenyo. This is promising. Kusanov. Takes a shot! And he's straight offside. Acerbi. Carlos Augusto succumbs to the pressure. Now it's Semenyo. And this is Marmoush. He'll try from distance. He's got away with one there. Carlos Augusto. Almost half an hour in now. That is very well defended. Looking to play him in. That looks a good ball through. And he's there to get it away. Oh, can he get onto this? Marmoush, upright and purposeful. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Diouf. For Luis Enrique. He's looking unstoppable! Oh, that's fabulous. Luis Enrique couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Showing great feet there. Matheus Nunes, cross, towering header! Oh, it's hit the post! No, couldn't quite control it.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Savinho, and he shoots! It's bounced back off the post. And he's there to clear it. Martinez powering forward here.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Guardiola makes the interception. Now it's Diouf. Guéhi kept his eye on it, and he's there.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Savinho making good progress on the right-hand side. And that brings the first half to a close. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
So it has been pretty frantic here, everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. So, into the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Martinez! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
You really could have done with engaging those crossers much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Foden. And it's Bernardo Silva. Matheus Nunes. Now Foden. And this is Marmoush. He's had a shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. Diouf. Luis Enrique. And it's Diouf. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Looking for options for movement. It's a promising position. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Carlos Augusto is wide and looking to get onto this. That's Mkhitaryan. He's had it taken off him. Still just a single goal between the sides. Marmoush being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, they're certainly getting much tighter to him now. At least the message was received.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Inter Milan can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Foden. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's approaching that time where you have to decide whether you stick or twist, Peter. I'm inclined to think the latter, but the boss probably has quite a few things which he has to factor in yet, so let's see.
Now it's Enrique. Guehi does really well to win the ball there. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Savinho. Foden. Two up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind.
Can he finish?
A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
Oh, good effort! And another try! It's a goal! Back to within one! Interesting!
The goal scorer for Inter after 77 minutes is number 14.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Bernardo Silva gets on his bike and on the move.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Now, who's going to be first to this?
Dumfries. Marmouche. Savinho. Oh, that's nice. So much.
Shot a goal! Goal!
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
After 87 minutes is number 26, Savinho.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to...
And the shot! And that's a tidy finish. Late drama, late goal. This will be one frantic ending.
That was a given. It always was.
After
And his
89
manager
minutes
couldn't
is
look happier. That's the
number
kind of
14.
interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Inter Milan give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Inter Milan could have here their final chance. Incoming to... Oh, great leap! Harmlessly behind. Now it's Martinez. Now he's running away. Tries a shot! And yes, it's there! They have stolen level at the last! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Clinical. Just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. OK, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find...
There's the shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind. Foden. And there goes the final whistle. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
A quick reminder today that smoking is only allowed in areas shown on this map. Thank you for your cooperation.